coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Detroit Lions. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Detroit getting set to go now. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the former Bear, this is David Montgomery. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, here's Goff. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Throwing on 3rd, Goff.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
A first carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has a 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run. A nice carry by Jacobs, who's coming off a career year, just when it seemed like Vegas may have been ready to move on from him. Led the NFL with over 1,600 yards and was more than deserving of his first All-Pro selection.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Looking for Michael Mayer on the play.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. This is caught inside the 15. It's a gain of 35.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Here's Jacobs. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
44 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brandon Bolden from a yard out.
And the Raiders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
So second and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. Second down is always kind of the, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Goff.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
On the return, Carter. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
And in a flash, Aiden Hutchinson gets into the backfield and puts the quarterback on the deck. And he wasted no time embracing his role as the face of his hometown franchise as a rookie. 9.5 sacks, a surprising 3 interceptions, and Rookie of the Year runner-up mention.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw taken in by Adams.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Play action. Garoppolo.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Carlson able to put this one through.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
It's showtime, man. Let's go. Let's dominate this. That's right. What's the deal, y'all? It's one play at a time, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Do your thing. Let's roll. Let's go, baby. We're supposed to catch that, baby. That's how we eat.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 23. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. To throw is Goff. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Complete to Dorsett.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
68 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Garoppolo's throw into the hands of Hooper.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
That's to the rookie from Notre Dame, Michael Mayer.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Once again, we got to get it done as a group. It's showtime, baby. Let's go, baby. Get it on right now.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Now Goff. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 25 yards the pick up there, and also a first down.
Montgomery with a good game there, and he broke 800 yards for the Bears' NFL best ground game last season. Divisional rival Detroit took notice and brought him in to boost their growing offense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll go with a rookie from Alabama. It's Jahmyr Gibbs.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. To throw on second down is Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Garoppolo.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Throwing on first is Garoppolo.
And that one caught downfield by Dorsett.
36 yards on the play.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo.
Over the middle, he's got Mayer.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Garoppolo. And he's got it. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Carlson is good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Smart, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. What's up? Let's go now. Let's go.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
Let's do this, man.
And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
A solid stiff arm. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A-gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film
Let me
review.
see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big gain.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 7.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo.
Slant to Adams. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they find a way to convert there on 4th and 6.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because It's a quick hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback, right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that thing's coming on a rope. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 23, here's second down at a yard. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Dances by him. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 16.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. This pass complete to Reynolds. And he is going to have the Lions first down with ease as they'll wind up getting 9 there on 4th and 5. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
He's got right on the short throw, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. Goff. Looking sideline, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, They've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down, Jacobs. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will stay a 3-score game at 24. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now Goff on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1.
He's got this, complete to Williams.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That's into the hands of Reynolds. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Three yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
To the air again. Goff.
He's got right on the short throw.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. To throw is Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Let's go, man. Ride up. Let's ride up.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
So here come the Lions now.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Goff.
Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he is going to have a Lions first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Goff.
Open man downfield is Reynolds.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Throwing again is Goff.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll let this one go deep, right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You see this a lot when quarterbacks can't find anyone open. They wait, they wait, they wait in the pocket, then eventually they just air one downfield because they want to avoid the sack and maybe a little bit of frustration. That one winds up incomplete.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because